Welcome to Mortgage MarketSmart. In this video, we're going to be focusing on the Originations by Location tile. So from our dashboard, we are going to click on the tile and we are led to a pop-up window that asks us to select the geography for which we would like the data dump to see all of the property level transactions. So this can be quite a large file. What I'm going to do is select a small MSA, and I'm going to actually select Aberdeen because I have a feeling it's small, and I'm going to hit save. And now I'm going to select the date range. So for the purpose of this example, I'm going to select the last 90 days, but you can see we can select the last quarter, year to date, last 12 months, last year, and so on. Okay. All right, so from here, I'm going to hit refresh, and there is nothing selected, or no information. So I'm going to say last year, and nope. So I'm going to go somewhere else besides Aberdeen, South Dakota. How about Aberdeen, Washington? Let's do that. And again, I'm going to say last quarter and hit refresh. Okay. So you'll notice that in Aberdeen, Washington, in the last quarter, there were 363 transactions that took place. As I scroll down the screen, these are all 363 transactions by property address, and then it tells us who the loan officer was and who the lender was, the date, the transaction type, and the loan type. So if I were to scroll all the way down, I get to the top 25, but then I can get to the next 25, or I can load the next 250. Now if I scroll back up, what I can do here, I can do a few things from just visually. I can use the toggles, so to find out how many low to moderate income loans were there. 149. How many of those were in majority minority census tracts? None. So that's interesting. So I can click back on all and click back on all here. So we get back to our original 363. But then if I click MMCTs alone, there are none because there are no majority minority census tracts in Aberdeen, Washington. Okay, so you'll notice that we can do a few other things here. There are different drop downs. So if I wanted to focus, for example, on how many FHA loans specifically there were in Aberdeen in the last quarter, I could do that with that drop down. And I can also figure out how many, let me make sure I picked all, or uncheck this and then hit refresh. And then by transaction type, I can hit purchase, refi, or equity. So how many were specifically purchase loans? 160. How many were refi? 125. And how many were equity? 78. And again, you can slice and dice this kind of however you wish. You can also go back and make sure to select all by unchecking that, and we get to the 363 again. And then we could export this file to Excel and use it to manipulate there. So here I'm going to say this is Originations by Locations example, and I'm going to save it in my TT folder here and hit export. And now to go find the file, I just need to go to my folders and find my TT folder. So it's an emergent TT, and then Originations by Location example. This was the file that I just saved. I'm going to click on it, and it's going to automatically open in Excel after a few moments here. And you'll notice that this is what the file looks like. So I'm going to enable editing. This is the query that I ran. So it's Aberdeen, Washington. It's the last quarter and all transactions. Here's the market summary to tell you again those were 363 loans. And then this is all the loan level information that you get. And so you'll notice that you get the LO information, the lender information, the mortgage amount, transaction, loan type, but in addition, we also get additional categories. So if I keep scrolling to the right, we get, broker name if it's there, we get the title company, the recording date, and then if it's filled out, we get the seller name and then the buyer name. And if we keep scrolling, we get information about the census tract, and then finally, the mortgage number and the deed number. And then we have, again, if it's listed, we have the listing agent name and contact information, and the buyer agent name and contact information. And just a reminder that this information is filled out by the agents themselves, and so if they do not complete it, there is no information that will be contained in here. And then finally, if I keep scrolling all the way to the right, we get to the real estate listing company name here. So just FYI. Or actually, this looks like a lender name. And that's it. So now I can manipulate this however I wish, but I can also close it, and then I'm back to the application. But again, this tile is used when you just want a data dump and the ability to manipulate the information yourself. Thanks for watching. See you next time.